Welcome back to the news at 10. The Anambra State Governor, Willie Obiano, says he's committed to ensuring that the state capital, Awka, is fully developed to achieve a coordinated and effective implementation of policies for the Awka Capital Territory Development Agency. The governor was speaking during the inauguration of 3 boards at the government house in Omobia, Awka, the state capital. Governor Obiano asked each of them to bring to bear their wealth of experience to improve the various sectors.
Governor Willie Obiano makes his way into the executive chamber to inaugurate 3 committees that will be in charge of revamping Awka territory, overhauling the state broadcasting service, and the power committee that will deal with the issues in that sector.
Mr. Ernest.
The first board to be inaugurated is the Awka Capital Territory Development Agency. The State Commissioner for Environment, Michael Okonkwo, highlights the scope of the committee's operation.
The mandate is that the board is to accelerate infrastructure development of the Awka Capital Territory. The board is also to prepare a master plan for the Capital Territory and of land use with respect to town planning within the Awka Capital Territory.
The governor then makes it clear that the state will continue to focus on infrastructure.
We started with the 3 flyovers, which is now iconic for the city, and we're fixing infrastructures in the area.
The chairman of the board in charge of the Awka territory, Herbert Dike, promises an efficient running of the agency.
A city is an organic entity. A city grows in a certain way, and it has to be ordered, it has to be directed. I can speak on behalf of these board members that we are ready to work.
Next is the inauguration of the Pete Edochie-led board of the Anambra State Broadcasting Service. And the last but not the least board to be inaugurated is the 11-man Power Committee. Governor Willie Obiano tasks members to ensure steady power supply and resolve the irregular billing method of the EEDC.
I encourage you to put in your very best to ensure that you deliver power to the Anambra in a record time. I want you also to look into the challenges of this irregular billing by EEDC.
Chairmen of the various committees assure the governor that they will work hard to ensure that Anambra State comes first in all their sectors, with a promise to create a rippling effect on other sectors of the state's economy.
Energy Limited and its joint venture partner, Owando PLC, are bridging the gap in the area of healthcare through its 3-day medical outreach tagged Health is Wealth in about 6 communities in Kwale, Delta State. The companies say as part of their corporate social responsibility, this outreach is one of many other social and infrastructure projects delivered over a 9-year period of the existing joint venture.
To the microphone. I'm talking about
health is wealth, and that's why Energy Limited and Owando PLC joint venture has organized a medical outreach in 6 communities in the Kwale and Ndokwale West local government area of Delta State as part of its corporate social responsibility to its host community. Community members gather to witness the flag-off ceremony by top management of the joint venture and the representative of the Delta State government. Recognizing the importance of the host communities, the joint venture says it has expended over 2 billion naira on various developmental projects, as well as over 1 billion naira on various sustainable projects, including this medical outreach.
We will continue to work tirelessly to seek partnership opportunities for upgrading the Kwale Central Hospital into a fully functional referral hospital that will provide improved healthcare delivery to all the communities within Ndokwale West local government area.
This community health outreach program will be very beneficial, and as you can see the turnout. Many of them are here, and they are very happy that we are bringing this to their doorstep.
As the outreach kicks off, young and old men, women and children file out in their numbers to get themselves checked by a team of medical personnel.
Some of us, we don't have money to treat ourselves, but now, and people bring money, bring doctors that let them come and treat people, pregnant women and children and old people, so that they will be strong to do anything that they want to do.
For events like this to continue, the role of peace cannot be overemphasized.
I want to advise the community to continue to maintain peace, give peace a chance, so that the company will have a peaceful environment to operate. This Energia Owando joint venture head is wet. It's unique in the sense that many people are going to benefit from it.
Energia Limited, an indigenous company, has been active in the exploration and production of oil and gas since December 2009. It's the operator of the Bendo Bodeti marginal field with the Owando Petroleum Development Company as its joint venture partner in OML 56 in Kwale, Ndokwa West local government area of Delta State.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Anne Wilder.
Thanks a lot, Ijoma, and welcome to Business News. We begin tonight with crude oil. The federal government says it will increase crude oil production to the national target of 3 million barrels per day and reserves of 40 million barrels before the year 2023. The Group Managing Director, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Mr. Melekiari, said this while addressing the House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Upstream. Nigeria's crude oil production was reported at 1,866 barrels a day in August, recording an increase from the previous number of 1,780 barrels per day for the month of July. According to the NNPC, reserves of crude oil now stands at 28.2 million barrels. According to the GMD, a number of interventions are ongoing to ensure increase in production of crude oil.
The national target of 3 million barrels per day of production, daily production, and 40 billion barrels of reserve has not been attained. But what I can assure you, Mr. Chairman, is that we're very focused today. We know this is possible. We have taken steps to realize this before the end of 2023, because it is possible. A number of interventions are ongoing currently, including our very elaborate, intrusion into the frontier basins, which, as the chairman is aware, we have just announced oil discovery in the Gongola Basin, and we expect many more to happen, including the Anambra platform and in some part of the Benue Trough, and including the Chad Basin and the Bida Basin.
Over 13,000 persons are expected at this year's annual meeting of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund taking place in Washington, D.C. in the United States. The annual meeting will bring together central bank governors, ministers of finance and development, private sector executives, civil society organizations, and academics to discuss issues of global concern, including the world economic outlook, global financial stability, poverty eradication, job and growth, economic development, and aid effectiveness. Top government officials from Nigeria are also expected at that meeting, and hopefully they will be sharing experiences on what Nigeria has been up to in addressing income inequalities, job creation, and improving its human resources. The meetings are expected to offer an opportunity for civil society organizations to share their views and interact with policymakers in the global setting. And in Anambra State, the Internal Revenue Service has announced the exact position of the state's internally generated revenue of the last quarter in April to June, which was put at over 4 billion naira. The chairman of the service, Mr. David Nzeku, made this known while clearing the air on the publication of the state's internally generated revenue, where the collection of the month of June only was presented as the entire quarter collection. Also speaking on that matter, the Chief Press Secretary, Mr. James Eze, described the erroneous publication as false.
It was an erroneous report. Normally, the state internal revenue services across the country send quarterly reports to the JTB. And in the report which Anambra State sent to the JTB was a total of 4,159,329,214.18 naira. That's the state reported. Unfortunately, in the report that was sent to Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, only the June figure of 1.5 billion was reported. So in the analysis, the 1 month figure was used to analyze Q2 on behalf of Anambra State, which gave a negative report when compared to 2018. So if we are to look at the figures from April to June, we would have had a total of 4.2 billion and not 1.5 billion as was reported.
A last-minute gain from industrial goods giant. We're talking about Dangote Cement saved the day for the domestic stock market at the close of business. Let's find out how.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The third trading week of October got off to a positive start for the stock market as the NSE records its first gain after a 2-week losing streak. After some price fluctuations, the all-share index ended Monday's session up by marginal 0.09%, while the equities cap recovered 12 billion naira from some of Friday's losses. Traders attribute the marginal rebound to the 0.20% gain from the industrial goods sector, which comes largely on the 0.56% increase in Dangote Cement share price, while insurance sector components added some support. Courtville is best performer among 10 gainers, up by 10%, while Global Spectrum occupied the top spot on the losers list with a 9.62% loss, and also emerged as a major contributor to over 129.07 million units of shares traded today. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Teniola Shoboali.
Stocks on Wall Street and Europe has closed Monday's trading session slightly lower following fresh doubts by investors of the trade agreement between the world's two largest economies, that's United States and China. Let's find out the closing figures for today. And that's Business News Tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Anne Nwaudu. It's back to you, Joma.
Thanks a lot, Anne. Still ahead on the news at 10, Paris Saint-Germain confirms star forward Neymar will be out for 4 weeks after suffering a hamstring during Brazil's friendly against Nigeria. That's on sports. Do stay with us.